In this video, I'm going to dive into a subject that I know affects a lot of people, anxiety. In particular, I'm going to tell you how to get rid of anxiety forever, naturally. And I'm going to attempt to tackle that beast in 10 minutes or less, so let's jump in. I trained in a number of things that directly impact today's topic. NLP, or Neuro-Linguistic Programming, to give it its full title, hypnotherapy, and also, along the way, metaphysics, which sort of morphed into the law of attraction after The Secret came out. But there's actually quite a bit more to it than that. This video could, quite truthfully, change your life if you've been grappling with anxiety or worry, stress, even depression. They're all related, of course. What we're after is that holy grail of mental health, peace of mind. Has it ever struck you that your own thoughts could be your own worst enemy? Like you're trapped in a vicious cycle of negative thinking, and the more you try to beat it back, the harder its grip on your state of mind seems to get. And it can feel like there's no end to it, like you're caught in some kind of vortex. Sound familiar? Now, I'm going to take you through 3 simple methods to tackle anxiety naturally, but I'm going to put a little twist on them. Otherwise, you'll be yelling back at your screen that you've heard all this stuff before and none of it works. Well, they do work, but not necessarily in the way that many people think. Okay, method 1, I call mind the mind. You see, if you try to suppress your thoughts, all you do is end up focusing on them, and so they come back stronger. It's like trying not to think of an elephant. The more you try not to think of elephants, the more elephants you're going to think of, right? However, you can observe your thoughts. Your thoughts are not you. You can watch your thoughts with the same detachment as you might watch clouds in the sky, or even elephants in a zoo. You're not your thoughts. You are the noticer of thoughts, and the noticer isn't anxious. Notice that? Let's keep going. Method 2 is called change the filter. You know when you see a picture, either a photograph or on TV perhaps, and then they change the filter and it brings out a whole new perspective, or changes the mood of the image entirely? Well, this is something like that. It's easier to give you a couple of examples. For instance, suppose your thought is, I'm feeling anxious because I'm not good enough. Well, first you can use method number 1 and simply watch yourself thinking that, like a bystander on the curb. And then you can ask yourself, what could be good about this? And the reason for that question is because our subconscious mind will always do its utmost to protect us. Remember, our prime instinct is survival. At first, your mind will want to say, of course there's nothing good about feeling anxious, but take a breath. Mentally, take a step back and do that observing thing and see what occurs to you. What will pop into your head could be along the lines of, anxiety is a sign that I care about this and want to do well. Or suppose your anxious thought is something like, but what if I make a mistake? Again, let go. You only have to do that for a moment. Watch yourself thinking that and ask yourself, what could be good about that? Wait. And what might occur to you could be, I'm always trying to learn and grow. See? Try this one. It's obviously hard for me just talking to the camera by myself. I can't know what your actual thoughts are, but I promise you it works. And what you may already be discovering is that anxiety dissolves all by itself. Sure, it can pop back in again almost immediately. It's like an old habit, but you're already starting to train your brain to take different pathways. Let's do one more technique, a very simple one, which I call down to earth. Next time you feel anxious, take 5 seconds to focus on a physical sensation. It could be your breathing, but I prefer touching a surface, It could be the door handle of the room you're in, or your coffee mug, or even the top of your own head. Notice the sensations in your fingers and hand. If it's the door handle, is it warm or cold to the touch? Is it hard or soft, smooth or rough? What about its shape? Is it shiny or dull? How does the light reflect off it? This is a really simple technique you can do anywhere, anytime. No one even needs to know you're doing it. So you can even use it when you're out and about. And speaking of techniques, as you can imagine, I had my own demons to deal with for many years, which are thankfully behind me now. And I was inspired to create a program for people who want permanent peace of mind, as well as success and happiness. In other words, for anyone who doesn't want to be ruled by unruly thoughts. And I called it the Wellspring of Success. I even blended bits of Zen into it, along with aspects of metaphysics and, of course, NLP and hypnosis. And if you'd like to know more about it, there's a link in the description that will give you a coupon for a $30 discount on it, but only for the first 100 people. After that, the coupon expires. What I will say is this: you, that is we, that is to say, none of us, need years of therapy to deal with anxious thoughts. Anxiety is not our default setting. And if you're not sure about that, I suggest you do a bit of research. Go to any maternity hospital in the world and find me a single anxious newborn baby or puppy or anything. We're just not made that way. So when you learn to leave your thinking alone, guess what? You return to your natural state. You don't need years of meditation either. I mean, it's good for you, no question, but it's not a technique to fix you because you were never broken. I'm starting to sound like I'm talking in platitudes. Listen, I've given you 3 proven methods for getting rid of anxiety forever naturally. Mind the mind, change the filter, and down to earth. Use them all. Pick one and use it by itself. Experiment and come up with your own. And if you want to deep dive into achieving lasting peace of mind, I'm talking about in 30 days or even sooner, then I do recommend you check out the Wellspring of Success. I designed it to bring you long-term peace of mind without the need to read a shelf full of self-help books or failing at meditation 100 times. As I said, the link in the description, and I'll try to put it on the screen too, will get you a $30 discount coupon if you're one of the first 100 people who buys it from watching this video. So click it, grab the coupon, and check it out. Thank you for spending your valuable time with me today. For more tips on personal development, make sure to subscribe to this channel and hit that notification bell. Until next time, take care and be well.